Hi, I'm Carol.
And I'm Autumn.
And together we're Lighthouse, and we're coming to you today from the art gallery in Aberdeen.
We are absolutely over the moon to be back in Cowdray Hall and this amazing space because it's actually very special to us. This time last year on the 21st of December, Winter Solstice 2019, we actually birthed Lighthouse with our first event here. It was a huge success, and since then we've gone on to do other things through these difficult times, this difficult year, but we're so happy to have been let back into Cowdray Hall this year. Unfortunately, it's a little bit different circumstances. We can't have an audience of people and the energy in the room like we did last year, but we are putting together this little video to mark the solstice, this really auspicious and special day.
And so what can you expect today? Well, we're going to do a little bit of cosmic conversation and just talk about the energy, the planetary and cosmic energy of the day and why it's important to us and maybe to you as well. We'll do some Kundalini meditation, there'll be some sound with the gongs, relaxation, and then we'll all tune out together and welcome the Aquarian Age. So Autumn, do you want to tell us a little bit about why this particular solstice is important?
Yes, every solstice is an extremely important time. Last year we talked about going within into that darkness of the longest night. This year I'd like to concentrate more, because we're Kundalini practitioners, I'd like to concentrate more on the fact that today is extra special as we have a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in 0 degrees Aquarius. So as well as the amazing energy that the solstice normally brings, we have this magical energy which is being billed by a lot of astrologers as the beginning of the age of Aquarius. So today is extremely important. I study evolutionary astrology, and the age of Aquarius is really important to us as yogis, and looking into Kundalini yoga in particular. The age of Aquarius has been dawning since the 60s, since the song.
Yeah, it is currently running through my head right now.
We have that as a background in our minds most of the time. But today, Saturn and Jupiter have been in Capricorn for a long time, and that really is an explanation as to why we've been going through so many stresses and strains over the last year, really. They've been through their last degrees, so that final degrees of Capricorn, 29 degrees, moving into the 30 full degrees, which is 0 degrees Aquarius. So a couple of days ago, Saturn moved in. A couple of days before, Jupiter moved in. And today, at 1:20 exactly, they come so close together that they almost become one star in the night sky. Yep. So it's a really spectacular thing to see. So I urge you to go out. I think our sun sets around 3:30. And if we go out just an hour after the sunset and look to the southwest, just on the horizon, you should see, and we've seen it all through summer and all through autumn, Jupiter and Saturn very close together.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can notice it in the sky. Obviously, Jupiter is our brightest star, so we can really notice that, and then Saturn's just a little bit further behind, so a little bit off to the left. But we can see tonight, through binoculars or just through our phones even, we can see there's slight degree between them. If we're just looking with the naked eye, they almost look like one star in the sky, and extra bright because they're both shining together. So they're at 0.1 degrees Aquarius. So they have a conjunction every 20 years. And for the last 200 years, all of those conjunctions have been in earth signs. And so now we're going into a conjunction for the next 200 years, they'll be in air signs. So Aquarius is our first of those. Air is a very different energy to earth signs. So when we're going into Aquarius, we're going into that kind of age of thinking, knowledge, technology, all of these things. So we're kind of going through a real collective shift. For the last 400 years, we've had this kind of energy of earthiness, and when we move into an air age, we kind of move into more technology. So I know on the horizon there are things like AI and medical advancement and all those kind of things. They're all very Aquarian Age. We need to learn how to cope with that and deal with that, and the trials that could bring as well. But yeah, like I said, the last year, the last degrees of these major planets being in Capricorn have meant that we've gone through a lot of changes. There's these structural changes that have been going on, and that's very Saturnian. So, and then we have these ideas, which is very Jupiter. So Jupiter is all about ideas and possibilities, and then Saturn's all about how we put that into a physical. So it's almost like, how do we constrain that down from these great ideas that we have, and how do we pull it into how we can actually physically birth that on Earth? So there's been a turbulence to the last kind of degrees of Capricorn, but as we move into Aquarius, into the Aquarian Age, there should be a lightness with that air energy. I want to promise that. But yeah, like I say, that kind of first movements of the planetary, because we have this kind of another thing to look at. There's like discs of a clock that go on with astrology. So we have like our year, and we go through each sign, so that's 12 months. But then we have the bigger ages of the planets as they go through ages. But then we have our galaxy, which actually goes through its own ages. So we're moving from a Piscean age, which is 2,500 years old, and we're moving into that age of Aquarius. So that's the next sign. So this Piscean age is on the way out, but it has been for a wee while. This is the change in how I don't put so much emphasis on patriarchal society, or we're moving into more of a matriarchal society, the rise of the divine feminine. All of these things over the last few years are part of this big shift. So it's not to say that at 120 today, the whole world changes. This energy has been moving in this big old change. Like, this is a galactic one, not just
like a rising tide.
Yeah, so this kind of swell, this kind of last birth in almost like contractions. You know, it's painful, but it needs to be done in order for this new earth, this new world to be birthed. So we've gone through 2,500 years of this Piscean age, which obviously every age has its benefits. When we moved from an Aryan age into a Piscean age, that was a relief. But now we've kind of gone to the end of the Piscean age, and it's kind of the worst of that sign
and
comes
it has
through.
brought its gifts forward.
Of course, it really has. So we think about when Jesus was born, and if we have it in a religious context, we have the Piscean age was born when Jesus was born. So we look to Christ, we look to a male figure for salvation, for guidance. So that Piscean age, that Piscean way of thinking is kind of, it's moving out. So now we're looking within. So this kind of Aquarian age is more to the God and the Christ consciousness within. So we realize that instead of an external deity that we're worshipping or that we give our power over to, we actually have that power within ourselves. So this is very what we practice in Kundalini yoga.
Absolutely.
You have that knowledge, you have that power, and you have that sovereignty to tap, rather than giving that power away to politicians, teachers, heads of states, all of these things. That's a very Piscean way of thinking. So now we can kind of hold our power back and realize that we are the sovereign being. We have the Christ conscious within. And that's really the most important kind of message that I can give today of the energy of bringing forward into the Aquarian Age. And what the Aquarian Age means to me is recognizing that to show your self-love, to show one's self-love, is to be of service to everyone. And the Christ conscious within is what we need to honor and show love to the ultimate realization that I am you and you are me. All is connected and in constant flow. So there is no need for that external worship anymore in the age of Aquarius. I'm in a state of perpetual worship when I open my heart and I show love to myself, and in doing so, love to you and others.
Well, thanks for sharing that. That's amazing. And I think that it resonates so well with the practice that we're going to do. So I teach Kundalini yoga, and we're going to do a meditation today that's called the Meditation for Intelligence. And it's particularly important because it encapsulates the energies of Jupiter and Saturn, which are quite important right now at this time, place in history. One of the main important things that encompasses this meditation is that it is to increase the Aquarian intelligence. So Aquarian intelligence is more about sensitivity than being book smart or having memorized a lot of facts and data. So it's this increasing sensitivity in us that is going to become more and more apparent, and how we kind of manage that and connect to that can be amplified and created through these kind of practices. And as we become more sensitive, there's also going to be this kind of fine balancing act between how we act or react within this new world, because obviously, we've got this acceleration that you spoke about, the influx of technology, and this kind of expansive nature of this incoming time. So within that, how do we as, sovereign beings kind of be? How are we in that space? So there's a tendency to want to react. And so when we do these kind of practices, we shift from being in a reactive mode, which is playing out our karmas, which is kind of continuing these patterns and different things that we might be drawing from old storylines. And we come into a space of a present moment and of a place from where we can respond. So there's a different energy, a different quality from reaction to response. And by doing these kind of meditations, we'll be using mudra, our breath. We're going to create new patterns and new segues, new storylines to move forward from. So I think that this is a wonderful time to practice this meditation. Some people I know have been practicing it throughout 2020, and we can continue and carry it on as we shift. I wanted to just say a few words about the importance of connecting the planetary energies to the energies of the body. This is a practice that we do often in Kundalini Yoga, and we talk about it a lot. And so what does that actually mean? We're basically acknowledging the energies that flow through our body, which will have resonance with the planetary bodies. So Jupiter fingers, which would be your index finger, and Saturn finger, which would be your middle finger. So when we're thinking about the qualities that the energies of these fingers might have in a kind of mudra practice, we're thinking about Jupiter encompassing that idea of expansiveness, prosperity, abundance, knowledge. It also carries the element of air, which we mentioned already as we're moving into the air sign. And it's the energy of the subconscious ego. The Saturn finger, the middle finger, carries that energy of karma, much like the planetary body, but also a physicality, this kind of sense of physical constriction that we are here embodied, manifested on this physical plane. And the element is ether, and the energy is stability and strength. So as I explain the meditation, you'll see that we're going to be using these fingers in a way to draw out those energies. Doesn't Jupiter have a big red spot on it? Is that Jupiter?
Jupiter is just made up of gas. This is the other element of Jupiter, is that's the ideas, it's gas, it's just all like, woo, and it's the biggest one, and it's exuberant, and it's like, wow, here I am. And then Saturn is like such a dense atmosphere that it rains crystals on Saturn.
Sweet.
Yeah, but it's like
maybe painful.
It's jabby. It's jabby, and then it's like, so that's like physical manifestation, like double gravity. Jupiter's like whoo, and Saturn's like pulling it in, like restricting it, like making it like so we can make it into clay and like make it real in life.
Yeah,
that's the kind of polarities of them.
Yeah,
Jupiter is like ideas, and Saturn is like manifestation. Because it's how do we make the ideas reality? Because we live in a 3D world, like we live in this world. Like we've got to be able to
that's it.
Get it down on this plane.
As this is a Kundalini Yoga practice, we're going to be tuning in with Adi Mantra, Ong Namo, Guru Dev Namo, and we'll repeat it 3 times. So wherever you are, if you can take a comfortable seated position, either an easy pose on your mat, but you're also okay to do this in a chair or whatever might be most comfortable for you. As long as you can ground yourself, sit comfortably, lengthen your spine, relax your shoulders, lift your chest gently. And we're going to draw in the chin as well so that the back of the neck opens. We'll tune in with eyes closed and a focus on the brow point. So that means as your eyes are closed, you're going to be gently gazing out through the space between your eyes and keeping a focus there. This is a drishti, an eye focus. And then we'll bring the palms of the hands together, give them a little bit of a rub just to put some energy there, create a little friction, maybe even a little heat. And into heart center, you can press the soft parts of the thumb right into heart center. Lift the elbows gently to push the palms together. And then we'll begin setting the breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale fully through the nose. Fill the lungs. Exhale through the nose. Empty all the way to the bottom of the breath. And one deep inhale to tune in. Nam Bringing the breath back into the body, anchoring in this present moment. Okay, and fluttering the eyes open. So staying in this easy pose or whatever's comfortable for you, we're going to be sitting for the entire length of the meditation. We're just going to bring the hands up at shoulder level and make like a peace sign. So the thumb will fold over the ring and pinky fingers, holding them down, and the index and middle finger are facing up. And we're going to be opening and closing the fingers so that they're going kind of as far wide as you can manage and back together with a really intentional, fluid motion. So the chin is still drawn in. We're lengthening through the crown, eyes are closed, focused on that brow point. And here we're just going to breathe naturally through the nose. Long, deep breath, bringing presence through the breath into the body. Maintaining an awareness of the movement of the fingers as we're drawing the Jupiter and Saturn fingers together and apart. Imagine that you're in space, merging into space consciousness, feeling the presence of the two planets, Jupiter and Saturn, embodied in each finger. And as you open and close the fingers, imagining that you're drawing the planets together and apart, moving those energies as you move the fingers.
Conquer
Inhaling every time you open the fingers, exhaling as you close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Putting the breath in rhythm with the movement of the fingers through the nose. Inhaling as you open, exhaling as you close. Finding your rhythm. Keep going, keep flowing.
Why
Holding fingers open, making an O shape with the lips, like a tight circle with the lips. Breath of fire. Short inhale, exhale from the diaphragm. So pumping the diaphragm with the breath. Quick inhale, quick exhale. Lots of power from the diaphragm. Keep it strong, keep it powerful, blasting off. Inhale. Squeezing every fiber in the body, contracting all the muscles. Hold. Exhale, release. Inhale deeply. Squeeze and magnetically draw in the energy, the frequency into your body that you want. Create your profile. Exhale. One last inhale. Hold. Draw up. Squeeze. Consolidate. Exhale. And shake it out. Shake out the arms, loosen the body. Okay. Okay, so from here we're going to move into relaxation. So wherever you are, coming down into a comfortable, relaxed position, lying down if you can, or reclining if you're in a chair. We're going to relax the whole body. If you can, cover up, stay warm. Just give you some time to get into this relaxed, reclined position, lying down on your mat. And then as you come into this position, allow your eyes to close, your body to release. Bringing your awareness into your body through your breath, slowing your breath. Bringing a deep abdominal breath into the body, feeling the rise and fall of your belly as you release any tension from the body. Becoming aware of your head, your face, and releasing any tension from that part of the body. Relaxing the front of the neck, the back of the neck. Releasing shoulders, clavicle. And relaxing the entire length of the left arm. All the way to the fingertips, relax. Relaxing the entire length of the right arm. All the way to the fingertips, relax. And bringing your awareness back to the center of your chest. Release, relax deeply. Your chest, your belly soften. Bringing your awareness to the length of your spine and relaxing the entire length of your spine. Releasing the lower abdomen, pelvic floor, glutes relax. Releasing hips. Bringing awareness to the left thigh and relaxing the entire length of the left leg, to the left foot, all the way to the tips of the toes. Relax, release. Bringing awareness into the right thigh, relaxing the entire length of the right leg, into the foot, to the tips of the toes. Relax. And bringing awareness into the entire body, releasing tension, relaxing deeply, becoming aware of sensations in the body. Releasing judgment and coming into full presence of self. Bringing awareness back into the body. Drawing in breath. Wiggling fingers and toes. And bringing movement back into the body. Stretching, massaging, moving in whatever way your body is asking for to bring vitality and muscle tone back into the body. And if you're lying down, taking a long stretch the entire length of yourself, reaching up above you from fingertips to the tips of your toes, stretch. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, drawing the knees up to the chest, give yourself a hug. And rock side to side to ease the middle and lower back. And then from here, either coming down to one side and gently bringing yourself back up to seated, or holding onto the knees and rocking back and forth from the base of the spine to the top of the spine, rocking back and forth a couple of times until you create enough momentum to come up into seated. And coming back into easy pose. We're going to get ready to tune out. We're going to tune out with long time sun and 3 long Satnams. Drawing our palms together, giving a rub into heart center, pressing the palms together. We'll tune out with long time sun. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. And we'll sing it twice and go into 3 long Satnams. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to tune out. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Satnam. Satnam, Anna.
Satnam, Carol.
Satnam, everyone.
Satnam, everyone.
Thank you for joining us today for this very special event. It's certainly been a pleasure for us to be here recording this for you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for sharing some space with us, and hopefully next year we can invite you all back into Cowdray Hall. But for now, I hope you enjoyed our recording from the beautiful Cowdray Hall.
Any special words to send us off into the Aquarian Age?
I would say I would invite you to bring forward into this new year We're going into a new age. We're walking boldly into a new age, and we have gone through a lot of trials and tribulations. But I invite you to think about how these energies that the planets play on us down here on Earth, as above, so below, is affecting everyone. So be kind to each other, give each other space when needed, give each other consideration and gratitude, and show each other as much love as you possibly can as we move forward into a very exciting new timeline. I say this over and over all the time, but our souls all chose this very time, this very exciting time. And as much as it is filled with all of these turbulent things that are going on, we chose as our souls to incarnate here on Earth right now for the very purpose. So go forth in your mission and show each other as much love and respect and kindness as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be strong and be together. Satnam.
Satnam.